Hey, good morning, good morning, Facebook family. Hope all is well. Another day that God has blessed us. Another day that God has blessed us. We can never, ever take that for granted. We are up today. You know, before I go into the message, it's something that really, really hit home when I was listening to some of the commentary since Kobe Bryant has passed, and his daughter and the 7 others. You know, everybody was talking about the memories, the impact. People were talking about the families that are going to be grieving and mourning, but people also was talking about some of the regrets and some of the things they wish they could have did while that man was living. And you know, for me, that always rubs me a certain kind of way. It affects me, because I always get phone calls from old friends and different people at times where people come and they say, you know, man, I never valued the relationship like I should have, or I didn't really understand where you were coming from, and I just wish, I regret that I didn't do this and that, and I don't know that. Before I even became spiritual and start understanding how God works and operates and how I have to be used by him, and I just never shortchanged a relationship. If I let you in, I try to maximize it and give all of who I am to that person. But I realize we're guarded, we're in our feelings, we deal with so much that the burden ain't even ours, y'all. It's not. A lot of these things that we put so much emphasis on, it's not ours. Sometimes God got to get our attention. And it's important that he gets our attention. I said on the last message that we put so much emphasis on money, power, status, figures, media. We're drawn by rumors. And what we don't understand, there's a greater spirit that's up there that's carrying over all this. And he shows us through life and through death. And sometimes he has to get our attention because we idolize things. When we shouldn't be idolizing, we can admire, but we idolize it to the point where we start losing sight on our actual assignment in life and who we are in life and who are we supposed to be and what is our purpose in life. And sometimes he got to get our attention. Because let's think about it. How does that man, him, of all people, if we want to just live by the world, we never gonna figure that man gonna go like that. But that's why it's a power greater than our own. And we're never gonna understand the level of it. We just gotta surrender and submit to the walk. So my message today is, please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. And allow the Spirit of God to guide you. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But let's just look at life in general. I don't know anything that carries over or that sustains, or when you get a sense of accomplishment, that you can just do it halfway. It's going to be difficult. So it's okay for it to be difficult. But you can do it. We can do it. We have to do better, everybody. We have to learn certain things about ourselves. And we got to deal in that truth that sometimes cut like a knife. And we got to wallow in it. We still living in a fictitious way of dealing. Sometimes we play mental tricks with ourselves to believe in some of the things that we say and some of the things that we do. We start believing it. I've always been a realist in my living. If I'm not that good, I'm not that good. If I'm not carrying things a certain way in that area and I'm called out on it, it's what it is. Because I always want to have a certain way that I'm to deal, because I have to surrender and not be egotistical and not put pride and not be self-centered about the way I'm supposed to live. I thought about something today that's been on my mind constantly. Like I really understand the importance of the gifts I have. Sometimes I got to understand, if I don't be careful, those gifts I have can ultimately be cursed as it relates to me. I just want you to think about something as I make that statement, as I wind down in the messaging. Like, think about what I'm saying as it relates to it. When you're not paying attention to the Spirit and you're not being led by the Spirit, you start making decisions based on what you see and based on your past. And that's a danger zone. I ask myself the question, because I don't know what happened, but I ask myself the question, like, what could have really happened up in that plane? Let's talk about, just give me some food for thought. And I don't want nobody to quote me saying I said this and that's what happened and nothing like that. But I'm just talking about for me, because I'm an analytical thinker, and I just think about all kinds of scenarios, because I just want to be able to understand how I'm supposed to walk. But think about this. Keep this in mind. Kobe was the greatest competitor there was. And he was very demanding, and he always had this tough gene, that Mamba gene, that venomous gene of, we got to get there, we got to do it, we got to overcome, we got to fight through, he had that gene. How do we know? And I don't know, but could it have been a scenario up in that plane where there was a situation with fog or whatever the case may be, and the driver could have said, man, we gotta go back, and he's like, man, we can make it. Let's go. We can push it. And probably felt as if he was invincible, because he felt like he was invincible on the court. He felt like he was invincible in all the things. So could it have been that part of his gift? I'm just giving y'all some food for thought. I don't know, but I know I've done it at times where I tried to will myself because I feel I can conquer or I can do any and everything, and bam, I didn't listen to the Spirit. Now remember, I'm not saying that that's what I'm just trying to give you to open your mind and understand there's some learning experiences that we all have to start paying attention to as it relates to our lives through other people's situation. Because at the end of the day, if we don't understand certain things, we remain in a box. And then this situation with Kobe goes away, and then we get back to our daily lives after the mourning, after the passing, after everything, and then we go right back into our box and do some of the same things, think the same way, and do the same way. It's like, how are we going to think and do the same when we're constantly evolving? We go from 35 to 36. We go from we go from the 23rd to the 25th in a month, in a calendar year. Each day is an evolution. So we have to grow each and every day. So we got to allow the Spirit to guide us each and every day in every circumstance, every situation. We have to be able to see that. So please, y'all, get out of the way. If we only can get out of the way. And one of the things that we can start by getting out the way is meditating to the Spirit. Ask God to come into your mind and your heart to redirect your thoughts on Him so He can guide you in your decision making. The second thing you can do is just be able to see people in an authentic way and understand it's not the person, it's the spirits that jump into a person. And if you don't have the right spirit, then you know that's an imposter. So we have to be able to understand that. We have to see life from a broader scope of influence. I keep looking at these things and I say, wow, God, you really, the Spirit, because all this stuff that we're doing, all these things that we profess to be and we have these desires and wants to be, this stuff is all overrated. Like it really is. This man financial portfolio got to $2 billion and he gone. He's gone. He's gone. At 41, 2 billion venture capitalists, and where is it going? And answer this question. What do you think the wife and the 3 other kids, would they rather have the 2 billion or the love from their dad? The presence from their daughter, the love from their daughter. Would they rather have those moments or all this stuff that we put so much emphasis on? And we stab each other in the back. We backbite, we talk about, we do all these things, and we not even understanding the purity of how we supposed to remain cerebral and just focus on loving ourselves, loving God, loving our families, and loving our fellow man and women. Until we understand that, we're going to continue to get in the way. We talk it. We go to the mosque. We go to worship services. We sing songs. We do all this kind of stuff. We read books. But when it's time for the actions, we're not even conscious of how we're dealing with one another. And I see it on so many levels. We only deal when it's convenient. We deal on conditions. And until we understand how to get out of the way, let the Spirit guide us, then we'll start seeing the fruit manifest. We'll start seeing relationships empower and elevate. And we'll start seeing conditions in communities getting better. But until we get out of the way, we're going to constantly have this, moment. Because that's what I come to find out. We deal in moments. Love you more, E. Jones. Love you, bruh. So as I close out, that's a brother right there that we always talk in truth. And that's a brother that checks me. No, man, I see it differently. No, man, this what it gotta be. Ain't no sensitivity, then I'll give it back to him. We say what we gotta say, we go and marinate and pray on it, then we come back with something else, and then we move because we understand that it's greater than our own understanding. It's greater than us. And in closing, I just want to give you this last thing because I don't want to keep harping on, the passing of this brother, but it's just a sign of the times. Just think about something. That brother's gone. His daughter's gone. But look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing in his passing, but what were we doing while he was living? And then more important, think about this. There's 7 other families, y'all. 7 others. They have a legacy too. They're powerful and impactful too. See, we got to understand, yes, it's those that accomplish things at a high level, but it's reasons why they accomplished it at a high level. It ain't only them. Because understand this, if people don't come to the games, and if people don't watch TV, and if it's not a collective bargaining agreement, it wasn't David Stern, it wasn't people that love the sport of basketball, that man wouldn't be who he is. So we have to understand everybody's life is important. Everybody. And I come to realize when the news, that's why I can't stand the news. Because what happens on the news at times, we don't look at the news. Let me restate that. I can't stand how the news portrays the information at times. Because what happens is people are dying all the time. And it's only that person that people look to in that light. They could be living a bad life. And we're celebrating that. They could be, but people that have been living good lives that pass away, we just brush it under the rug. Oh yeah, that's Memphis Stevenson that died. Oh, that's sad. And then we look at it and we go like, wow, oh, okay. Because it ain't hit our doorstep. We got to do better, y'all. So I close out by saying I appreciate y'all. I love you. Please, y'all, let's get out the way. Let's start thinking about where we are in this life pattern. You know, we only got a short period of time here. Our number can be called at any second of the day. So let's make the most of who is important and make the most of just loving with a smile on your face, feeling good about who you are, surrounding yourself about peace and happiness. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on it so hard today that I know I have to be in a space of joy 95% of the time. I can't allow people's brokenness to affect me. And I have done that. I have done that on so many levels. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. But it's just my heart for people sometimes get in the way of my own joy and happiness. And I have to get back to that. Being happy, being overjoyed, loving life, and understanding that God has an assignment and that I'm okay wherever I am. Wherever I am in life, I'm okay. And yes, I'm going to strive for greatness. Yes, I'm going to strive for better things. And yes, I'm going to continue to help and impact lives to the best of my ability. But have to be okay. And sometimes I have to be okay letting go things that are not good for me. I have to be okay with that. And I hope you do the same. Take care, everybody. Hug somebody. Love somebody. We on a Wednesday. Let's keep going. 2020. Yes. Thank God for life, y'all. Let the Spirit guide you in a great way. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.